Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a wedding videographer based out of Hawaii, and I've shot about 200 weddings, so I'm here today with a few tips. Today we're talking about speeches, and we're going to go over tradition, who normally talks at speeches, a few tips for speeches, and then at the very end I'll share two of my favorite crazy speeches that I've heard in my time as a wedding videographer. So first, who speaks at speeches? Traditionally, you have the parents of the bride do a welcome speech, especially if they're hosting the wedding. And then during dinner, you might have the maid of honor and the best man talk. Now that's your bare minimum. Usually people will have a few more if they want. But it is your wedding, so you can do whatever you want. You can have lots of speeches, you don't have to have any speeches. Now, here's a few guidelines for speeches. I recommend telling your friends they can do 2 to 5 minutes speech. I find that if you don't give a guideline, people love you so much they might want to do more. And oftentimes when it goes beyond the 5-minute mark, unless they're an amazing speaker, it loses its impact and you can see people around start to get a little anxious or lose attention. Basically, 1 page of typing equals 2 minutes of talking. So if it's a 4-minute speech, they're actually going to be typing 2 pages for you. And that's actually a lot. You can pack a ton into a really good 2 to 5 minute speech. Tip number 2, schedule the speeches early on in the reception. The biggest thing is your friends are probably stressed out about this. A lot of people do not do public speaking every day. So they're probably not drinking, they're probably reviewing their notes. So the earlier you schedule this, the sooner they can get it done and then really enjoy and take in the wedding. Tip 3, open mics. If you do an open mic, be aware that this can go on for a long time. Sometimes, especially if it's a smaller, intimate wedding, when one person goes up and the other person goes up, all of a sudden everyone feels like they have to talk too. And this can take about an hour. I've seen it go on an hour plus. So if you have a great DJ or you really want to get into the dancing and partying, the open mic might be something that you need to think about. And lastly, my top 2 favorite crazy things I've heard at speeches. My first favorite speech was when the sister of the bride got up and started saying this beautiful speech about the couple finding each other and that they're soulmates. And then she proceeded to say that her cat is her soulmate. The second favorite, which was crazy, it was a really rambunctious group and they had a few drinks. The best man got up and proceeded to say how they've been friends since high school, and one day in the locker room, they were like, I'll show you yours, you show me mine, yada, 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 and apparently they're the same size. So that was an interesting one, watching the bride's face as they revealed this to everyone at the wedding, parents, grandparents, everyone. Now they know. So I hope these tips have helped you. I hope you have a really fun on your wedding. Remember, it is your wedding. You can do what you want. Just go in informed so you can have the best day. Thanks.